Welcome ESL to Race 3, and we are in North Carolina at the Rock, a 1-mile track. After being in a mile and a half last week at Texas, which Trunnion Dunn won that race, and he locked himself into the playoffs. We will see what he can do today. He's not starting in the top 10. On the pole is Chester's Chest in the inside. In the outside, you have David Leathers. In the second row, you have Matt Jones and Emiliano. In the third row, you have Joe Beatty and Adian. In the fourth row, Ace Howard and Javier Vasquez. And in the fifth row, you have Ace Blade and Evan Ethel starting in your top 10 as the pace car goes onto the track and we get going for some racing here at the Rock. As you can see, nice weather, sunny. So the track might be a little slick here. We're going to have to pay attention to that. Your points leader heading into this race is Doug Britton. He looks like he's starting kind of close to mid-pack there. Second in the points is Trunnion Dunn. He's locked in. Stephen Waters third. Eweezy fourth. Hunter Eustace is fifth. He's locked in. Sixth, Ace Howard. Pace car comes off the track. And the green flag waves, and we are underway. Race 3 in the Cup Series, ESL Cup Series. Chester Chess trying to hold on to the lead here. Matt Jones in second. Joe Beatty in third. As it goes around turns 3 and 4. Matt Jones settles in second. Joe Beatty still in third. And outside he goes kind of high. And Ace Howard's going to get by, and Ace Blade. And there you see Trunnion Dunn already. Moving on up here. Joe Beatty still in a high side. The high side, whoa, almost makes contact with the 45 of Stefan Forge. He's going to have to be careful here, as he is losing a ton of positions early on. As Ace Howard's going to try to battle for the lead. Matt Jones is your leader. Now it's Ace Blade taking a peek here for second place. So the inside, that inside line is definitely the preferred line right now. There's Trunnion Dunn in fourth. Stefan Forge, now he's going to go to the inside and get by the two. The outside is just not where you want to be right now. That might cause Dunn to lose a ton of spots. And he is one of those drivers that is already locked in, but you do want to get points. If you win a race, you're going to get those playoff points. Those playoff points will be crucial later on for the championship run. Behind him is the 12 of Eweezy. There's Robert Cron. He is currently in 12th. As we already have another new leader. Each time you lead, you get some bonus points, so it's important to lead a lap too. Ace Blade from Northern Lights Racing, he is your leader. Second is Ace Howard. 2 Pontiacs, 1 and 2. Northern Lights have shown speed, as well as 307 Motorsports. They have also shown speed. Matt Jones is in third. There's Robert Cron in 11th. Behind him is the 31 of Joe Beatty. He fell quite a bit from the start of the race. Then you have the 02 of Gunny McGuire. He had it wasn't his fault, but he got caught up in an incident there at Texas, ruined his race, but he was showing speed, and right now he's running 13th. Right behind him is James Belt in that 24 DuPont car. Then the 190 of James Hogan. And 21st is Luigi Romano. He's trying to get it going this season. Behind him, Tyler Rogolski. And the 11 of Ty Bird, Adian. Adian as well has fallen way back, had a great qualifying run. And now he's struggling. There's Eric Belmont currently in 25th, trying to work his way up the field. And 31st is Odeon. DOG, not a great start to the season, but I know after the first progression, teams are going to make adjustments. And they will get it back going. Now he's in 32nd, Odeon. Then you have the 6 of Mason Stonewall. Behind him is Thomas Noble and Trent Rivera. We'll see if these guys can get it going. As we check on your leaders. Ace Blade still in the lead. We are already about 16 laps in. It's been a pretty, not super long, but decent green flag run. We could probably go about 60 laps on fuel, maybe 70. We'll have one stop in this race. Ace Howard all over the 119 as these two cars have pulled away from the third place car. They're about almost a second and a half already. Stefan Forge there in third with Hunter Eustis in fourth and Javier in fifth. Ace Howard trying to find an opening here. Can he find one as we have a battle there for third? Eustis and Forge. Forge on the outside. You know that outside is not working well. Eustis moves up to third. There's Freddie Trammell from the Brew Crew. Brew Crew has been having some pretty fast cars in the first few races. But he's in the top 5. Javier Vasquez, they're in 5th. Stefan Forge in 6th. And Evan Ethel sitting there in 7th. Evan Ethel trying to get it going. He's had a few mishaps as well to start his season. He wants to get out here in the right track. And then behind him, you have last week's winner, the two of Chunyan Dunn. Currently in 8th. Then it's James Belt in 9th. And E. Weezy rounds out your top 10. Yes, there's a continuous battle. That 48 almost hits the wall. That got pretty close. He's way up there. Here comes the 2. He's going to go to the inside, make the pass on the 48. 48 loses a few spots. And Ethel trying to find some openings here to move up the field. And now tire wear is going to become a problem here. We're already about 24 laps in. And on a track like this, tire wear is going to be something for sure. Something to think about. How do you manage your tires? As we check on your leaders, Ace Blade, still your leader. These two are extremely fast, over 2 seconds from your 3rd place car of Hunter Hustis. They are just pulling away. Ace Howard goes to the insides, and we have a battle for the lead. Ace Howard is going to take that spot away. Ace Howard is your leader. And Ace Blade in 2nd. Both aces, 1 and 2. And it's Pontiac very dominant right now so far. It's still very early in the race. We'll see if Ace Howard can reclaim this lead. But these two are lights out right now. All they have to do is just stay consistent. And here comes Ace Blade to the inside. He wants the lead right back. You definitely want that clean air. As they're side by side in a backstretch. And they're still side by side coming out of 4. It looks like Ace Blade is going to lead this lap. Very close. Maybe Ace Howard took it at the line. Yes, we have a great battle here for the lead. But this is going to help the 3rd place car. As you can see, he already gained 0.2 of a second on your leaders. So Hunter Hustis wants to see more of this for sure. Howard in 2nd, Ace Blade in 1st. As we go a little further back into the field, there's the 0-2 of Gunny. Currently in 16th. He's definitely lost a little bit of speed here. Behind him is the 170 of Adian. He is part of Northern Lights Racing. Ooh, Robert Cron hits the wall. He got on the high side there and hit the wall. We'll see if this has any impact on this car. He is currently in 20th. I mean, so far so good. He looks okay. Joe Beatty currently in 21st. Man, he started in, I think, in the top 5 for qualifying to start this race, and he has fallen way back. We'll see if he can get it going. But these two definitely have their work cut out for them. As you can see, these cars are lifting like crazy in entry because of the worn tires. We're 35 laps in. But they're definitely gaining some ground here on a 5 and a 43. Tyler Rogalski's there. Chester Chess, he was on the pole. They're 3 wide. Definitely don't want to stay 3 wide for too long. And it looks like the 17 of Robert Cron is headed onto pit road. He is very slow. And we are getting word that he has a cut tire. And it's probably because he hit the wall. So there he goes on to pit road. As we go check on your leaders, he's going to change that tire and get back out on the track. Ace Blade is your leader. The 32 of Ace Howard, he is in second. They have almost a 2.5 second lead over the 7 of Javier Vasquez. Javier has worked his way up to third. And there you have Freddie Trammell in fourth, and then the 2 of Trunnion in fifth. And out comes the 17. After an unfortunate incident, he brushed the wall, hit the wall, and about 5 or 6 laps later, he cuts a tire. And that's exactly what can happen. I'm surprised he didn't come in before that tire went down, but maybe they thought they could just keep going until the normal round of pit stops. Trunnion done in fifth. As we go towards the back of the field, Mason Stonewall has fallen way back. He is currently in 39th. Robert Cron, the only car 2 laps down. Everyone else is on the lead lap. Now the 20 is a lap down, and the 20 is on pit road. As he is changing some tires, we getting word another cut tire. That's 2 cars with a cut tire. And we start to get pretty deep into this run. So you might start seeing more issues like this. I know this is making drivers very nervous right now to be having these types of issues. But we are already 43 laps in, so these tires are very, very worn. Drivers are ready to make some pit stops and put a fresh set of tires on. But the top 2 have run away with it. Almost 3 seconds. These 2 teams came with some hot rods for this race, and they are extremely fast. There's James Hogan, currently in 11th. Behind him is Evan Ethel. Evan Ethel currently in 12th. As you can see, Robert Cron is back on the track behind Evan Ethel. It's the 29 of Merle McGuire, currently in 13th. So you can see these cars are lifting so much in entry because the tires are so worn. As these two are making a battle here, a battle for 12th. As Ethel goes way high. Now Ethel's going on to pit road. And he is flying down pit road. What is going on with the 83? And he is flying. We have word that he has a brake issue. So he has no brakes. He could not stop. He went onto pit road and could not stop. As you can see, he was just sliding there, trying to do everything he can to stop that car. Unfortunate for the 83. Man, oh man, the 83 of Evan Ethel cannot catch a break so far this season. You see him quickly get off the track, which was the right thing to do. But he had no brakes, so he could not stop at all. He just kept going. He might get a speeding penalty on pit road as well. He completely overshot his pit stall. He couldn't even stop. And so many things could happen to your car in this league. So the unexpected could happen at any time. But teams also can work on these issues to make their cars better. I know during the first round of progressions, owners will address a lot of issues that they see on the track. Over a 3-second lead from the third place car, which is Javier. So 119 seems to be pulling away from Ace Howard, about almost 4/10 of a second. We are 50-something laps into this run. Past the halfway point of this race. But we are very, very close to pit stops. And the caution is out. The caution is out. We'll check what happened in a second. Look at all that smoke, all those cars on the track. Ace Blade needs to be careful. He makes contact with the 20. We'll see what kind of impact that has on the 119, but he did make contact. Look at the 25. That's Lotus Lee. His whole front is all smashed in. Look at the 88. His hood is crumbled up of Justin Ree's side. So we had a big wreck. We'll take a look after this round of pit stops, see what happened. But it looks like a lot of cars were involved in this wreck as the 88 heads onto pit road and everyone else is going to follow. So we get our first caution of the day. We look at the 99. He's also on pit road, smashed up. Only Robert Cron is the only one staying out right now. But remember, he had a cut tire. He came on pit road not too long ago and put on a fresh set of tires. They're just trying to get a lap back. As the 4, Matt Jones went to the garage. So he was probably involved in this incident. We'll take a look. And it's Javier Vasquez coming out of pit road first. Ace Howard, E Weezy, the 190 to 9, Eric Belmont. And Ace Blade still on pit road. He made contact with Tyler Commander, that 20. So they're definitely fixing something on that car. Something's wrong with that car. And he was your leader, and he was extremely fast. Unfortunate, Javier Vasquez now is your leader coming out of pit road. Let's try to see if we could figure out what happened here. And it looks like the 18 was involved here. So it was a huge wreck here. I'll pull it up in a second, just trying to get this wreck sorted out because it was a big wreck. You can see the 18 on the outside of the 20. And they get into it. Let's rewind it a little bit here, get a better camera angle. And slow this down because a lot just happened there for sure. So the 20 is in the inside. That's Tyler Commander. On the outside is the 18, and the 20 just sends it into the turn, hits the 18. 18 has nowhere to go, hits the wall. The 16, the chest gets in him. Joe Beatty as well. Here comes the 0. Mitchell O'Brien at 8 to 88. 77. The 25, the 4. Man, a lot of cars involved in this one. Just nowhere to go for a lot of these drivers. The 30, the 31, the 77. Man, so many cars. And then it's everyone racing to the line. And ooh, and the 2 gets into the 20, Tyler Commander. And here comes everyone else. Man, that's unfortunate for the 2. Not sure what's going on. He was missing wrecks all over the place. He's going to get by the 4. He's trying to... the spotter, I'm sure, is telling him, go low. And he just gets to the back of the 20, barely, but gets into him. And that could be it for the 2. We will see. As the 20 is now trying to get out the way. Here comes Gunny. Almost gets into the 20 as well. Oh, and the two got into another wreck. What is going on here? Let's rewind this some more. So he gets into a wreck with Tyler Commander, and here he is, and the 170 gets into him. And here comes the 99 flying the 27. Man. So he literally gets into 2 wrecks here. Gets it to the 20. And at this point, he's going to pit road. But you gotta remember, these with these rules, these drivers are racing to the line full speed, and 170 just clips them there. That wasn't the two's fault. And here comes the 99 full speed into the 2 and the 27. Get some of that as well. Wow. That's all I have to say about that for sure. So it's the 7. He is your leader. After that, mayhem there, which was insane. So many cars are out of the race. There's 27 cars on the lead lap. We still have about 40 laps to go, give or take a few laps. Man. Your top 10 is Javier first, in second Ace Howard, in third Eweezy, fourth is James Hogan, fifth Eric Belmont, sixth Merle McGuire, seventh Emiliano, eighth Stefan Force, ninth James Belt, and the 48 of Freddie Tremor rounds out your top 10. Those two cars you see in front of Javier are cars that are a few laps down. The 17 of Robert Cron, he is 1 lap down, and the 83 of Ethel, he is 5 laps down. Everyone else is on pit road or out of the race. So we had a long green flag run, and we were getting ready for green flag stops, and then chaos ensues. And a lot of good cars got taken out. You had the 2 of Evan Ethel. Excuse me, of Truncheon Dunn. His day might be done. We'll see. As we're getting ready to go back racing here. The green flag waves and we are back to racing. Javier Vasquez trying to keep Ace Howard behind him. Ace Howard is extremely fast. But they have to worry about these slower cars ahead of them. They're going to have to manage this as best as they can. Javier took the wrong lane. Ace Howard is going to take this lead. Javier got stuck behind Robert Cron. Now it's Ace Howard, Eweezy, and Eric Belmont. Those are your top 3. Who's going to be the 3rd driver to lock themselves into the playoffs? As we go a little back here in the field. There's Eric Sawyer currently in 19th. Ahead of him is Ty Bird in the 11. And then it's the 0, Mitchell O'Brien. He's back on the track. You know, he stayed out on the track, which is good for him. There's Sebastian currently in the top 20 and 20th. Whoa, and the 01 starts to smoke. And he quickly gets off the track. Definitely something going on there, some type of failure, engine failure. And we get word that he just lost a piston. So his day is over. And he's going to stay on the apron. He can't even make it back. 2 hits pit stall. So the 0-1's day is over. Now it's Eric Belmont in a battle with Ace Howard. This is for the lead. Ace Howard on the outside. The outside is not that fast. Merle McGuire is right behind the 32. Here comes the 7. Here comes the 115 of Emiliano. Now it's Javier Vasquez to second. Eric Belmont is your leader. He's going to go to the inside of the 83. The 83 is going to race him hard because he's trying to get some laps back. He's 5 laps back. And the 23 of Ani is on pit road. That car has some damage from that last incident. He got caught up in that as well. Like I was saying before, the 83 is going to do all he can to stay in front of that 9. Because if the caution were to come out, he could get another lap back. There are no lucky dogs here, so these drivers have to fight to stay ahead of that lead car. Here comes the 23, very close to his teammate there. As now the laps are starting to tick down. Eric Belmont is your leader by about 0.3 of a second. Javier there is in second. Emiliano in third. Ace Howard in fourth. Iwizi in fifth. James Hogan sixth. Stefan Ford seventh. James Belt in eighth. Merle McGuire in ninth. And Freddie Trammell rounds out your top 10 with about 30 laps to go here at the Rock. It's been an exciting one for sure. It started off on green flag. Ace Blade was in charge with Ace Howard. Those two guys were like 3 seconds away from everyone else before the caution came out. And then chaos ensued. And it changed the whole complexion of this race. The 119, he got into the 20, caused some damage. He got stuck on pit road, lost the lead. Unfortunate for him. I would have liked to see what he could have done the rest of the way. He had a rocket ship to start the race. But right now, it's Eric Belmont in control. A little over half a second to the 7 of Javier Vasquez. Now, what type of speed does that 9 have in the long run if we stay green? And can Lost City Racing go back to back and get 2 of their 4 drivers locked into the playoffs? So if they can do that, that's a heck of a start to the season. Javier still in second, about 0.4 of a second behind the 9. And Emiliano is in third with Ace Howard in fourth. Ace Howard was fast all day. It's a little different when you have some dirty air in front of you. Your car might not handle as well. As he's desperately trying to get by the 115. James Hogan currently in 6th. Weezy gets by his teammate. Ace Howard finally gets by Emiliano, moves up to 3rd. As we have about 21 laps to go. As the laps continue to tick down. And Javier has caught up to the 9. And there is a slower car up ahead. That's the 88 of Justin Reeside. We will see if that causes any issues here. And Eric Belmont is going to try to go to his inside. And this is the best way to make the pass in the straightaway. Reeside goes way up the track. He's just going to let him go right on by. So it has no impact. Right now, it's a 2-car race between Lost City Racing and Low Fuel Racing. Can the 9 hold off the 7? The 7 has shown some long run speed. There's the 23. He's been in and out off pit road. That car has all types of. Here comes the 7. They're side by side coming out of turn 4. Can the 7 make the pass here? 7 dives to the inside. They're still side by side for the lead. As they go on to the backstretch, that inside line is the preferred line. These two continue to battle, and Javier Vasquez takes the lead for the first time today. This is going to be good bonus points as long as you lead a lap. As the 9 is in 2nd. All that battling, and here comes the 32 of Ace Howard. He has closed that gap. So now it's a 3-car race with about 15 to go. Can Eric Belmont take the lead back? Javier Vasquez trying to lock himself in the playoffs. As we have Dodge up front 1 and 2. Early on in the race, it was Pontiac 1 and 2. The 9 is all over the 7. He finds the opportunity, goes to the inside. He wants to reclaim this lead as they're side by side coming out of 2. And Eric Belmont takes the lead right away from the 7. Smart driving for the 9, and now Javier is going to lose 2nd. That was close. Ace Howard was there. He had an opening, but he could not capitalize. And stays in third. Now, does the 7 have anything left for the 9? Or did the 7 use up all the tires he had to take that lead? Eric Belmont has shown some speed today. You know, he was pretty far back in the field to start the race. But once they made pit stops, whatever adjustments they made to that car, man, That car is at a different level after that pit stop. Up ahead is Robert Cron. They're going to have to deal with this 17 before the race is over, as we have 10 laps to go. It's still a three-car race. Eric Belmont, Javier, Ace Howard, your top three. Emiliano fourth, Eweezy fifth, as Robert Cron is going to let them go by. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be the 9, the 7, or the 32? Eric Belmont still with the lead, about a few car lengths over the 7. As they cross the line again, 7 laps to go. Can the 7 close in? And if he closes in, does he have enough tire to make a pass? Because you need that grip in these turns to make this pass. Unless you can make it on the straightaway, but it's going to be extremely hard. Ace Howard still in third. Then we go back, and we have all types of battles here. You have Emiliano. Stephen Waters has worked his way up to 6. Then you have James Hogan. James Hogan been in that top 10 pretty much all day long. Here comes the 5. He's going to try to make a pass here. Behind them is Merle McGuire with a great run. And there is your points leader, Doug Britton. He's in the top 10 having another solid run today as well. And then it's E. Weezy and Stefan Forge. And now the 115 is losing a little steam there. 2 cars got by him. Losing all types of positions. Ooh, Ace Blade is on the apron. As you can see that smoke. The word is blown engine for the 119. His day went from bad to worse. And that car was so dominant. But dominant right now is the 9 of Eric Belmont. As we have 2 laps to go and we're on the backstretch. 7 is trying to do everything he can to catch up to that 9. As the white flag waves, final lap here at the Rock. As we go around turns 1 and 2. Still a few car lengths separate the 9 and the 7. And it doesn't look like the 7 has anything for the 9. As we come out of turn 4, and Eric Belmont wins at the Rock. Race 3 of the season and locks himself into the playoffs. Man, what a race. What a race for the 9. Javier second, Ace Howard third. Ace Howard was up front all day. Still gets a top 3, so not a bad day for the 32. That was some fantastic racing for sure. Everything was going so smooth until that caution came out. There's Doug Britton getting on to his pit stall. Heck of a race. Let's go through the leaderboard here and see the results where everyone finished. Eric Belmont in ninth. He locked himself in. In second was Javier Vasquez. Good run for him. Finished second. The 32 of Ace Howard finishes in third. You have Stephen Waters in fifth. James Hogan, Stephen Waters in fourth, excuse me. James Hogan in fifth. Merle McGuire in sixth. In seventh was Doug Britton. He was on top of the leaderboard. He's probably still going to be there or still in the top three, but he was your points leader coming into this race. Another solid finish for him. Emiliano in eighth. Stefan Ford's a good run for him in ninth. The 12th of Eweezy's been solid all season. Another top 10 for him. In 11th, Freddie Trammell. Good run for him after he's had some solid races, but some stuff has happened. But this is a pretty solid finish for the 48. In 12th is the zero Mitchell O'Brien. I didn't think that car, that car suffered some damage in that huge wreck. So I didn't think, I would have figured he would have finished a few laps down, but they repaired that car and he was back out on the track. That's why it's helpful to have a good pit crew. In 13th is um, Gunny McGuire. Good run for him, especially after what happened last race. In 14th is the 170. In 15th, the 24 of James Belt. The in 16th to 77, Luigi Romano. 17th, 11 of Ty Bird. 18th, Thomas Noble. 19th, Tyler Rogalski. 20th to 15. 21st to 19 of Chester. No, that was not Chester Chess. The 22nd, the 6th of Mason Stonewall. The 23rd, the number 8. The 24th, William Thompson. The 25th, the 88 of Justin Risa. He was in that wreck 2 laps down. 26th to 17th. And 27th, the 119. 5 laps down. That's Ace Blade, man. That guy had a rocket ship. That car was so fast. And then he brushed up against the 20 and was stuck on pit road as they tried to repair that car. And then his engine blew at the end. So, I mean, it just went from a bad day to an extremely bad day. And he finishes 27th. Evan Ethel just cannot catch a break. Seems like he's always involved in something or something happens to that car. Hopefully he can turn it around in the next race. He finished 6 laps down. The 23 of Ani, he was involved in that wreck, 21 laps down. The 01 of Rhett Sawyer, 35 laps down. He blew a piston, ruined his day. The 2 of Trunnion, man, he was in 2 wrecks in the same lap. I mean, that's extremely rare. I mean, but lucky for him, he's locked into playoffs, and he's just trying to get some playoff points the rest of the way. But as well, you also want to finish well for your team because the team championship is on the line as well. So I'm sure that car will bounce back. He's definitely got some speed. The 99 of Trent Rivera, he got caught up in that wreck with the 2. The 27 finished 33rd. Odeon, the 1 of Odeon finished 34th. Lotus Lee finished 35th. He was caught up in a wreck. Joe Beatty, 36. He was caught up in a wreck as well as him. as well as Houston finished 37th. He was. I felt like he was doored by the 20 of Tyler Commander. I mean, that's kind of how I saw it. Tyler Commander dove in there and he created that whole wreck. It was chaos after that. The 18 finished 37th. The 4 finished 38. That was Matt Jones. The 39 and 39th is the 16 of Chester Chess. He was your pole winner, and he finished 39th. And the 20th of Tyler Commander rounds out your field. Man, what a race! I mean, I can't wait till after progressions, the first round of progressions, because I feel the racing's just gonna get more competitive from here on out. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see how these first progressions plays out for everyone, what adjustments people start making. But we still have another race before that happens. And next we head to the half mile track, Martinsville. We'll see who has some speed in the short track. Well, so that's gonna be an interesting race. But congrats to the niner. Eric Belmont locks himself in. And like always, thank you for supporting the league and the stream. I will see you guys next time.